My name is Mary Galingi and I came from Kampung Inobong, Pinampang. Tapi kami berpindah di Kampung Kolapis pada tahun 1989. Dan umur saya sekarang adalah 64 years old.
My name is Daniel Elkana. I'm 22 years old this year and I'm a student.
My name is Adrian Banila Simbang. I'm from Kampung Nampasan, Penampang. I grew up here in this village and I'm 47 years old.
Dari masa saya lahir, itu masalah saya tinggal di Kampung Pinampang.
In those days, I think in the 80s, we rarely have big floods. Of course, the river will swell, but it never go beyond the banks lah.
The first real flood that I experienced that affected me and my family was 10 years ago, I think. It's like an annual happening during this time.
Setiap tahun dia akan banjir. Tapi banjir yang begitu besar adalah in 1999. Itulah yang saya paling ingat. Dan after that year, setiap kali hujan banjir. Setiap kali hujan banjir. Dalam satu tahun 2-3 kali banjir. But in 2021, dia banjir yang 5 kali satu tahun. Dan after that, setiap tahun, 2022 banjir, 2023 pun banjir. Jadi inilah keadaan di Kampung Pinampang ini.
I think the largest ever flood that I remember when I was a small kid was in 1983, if I'm not mistaken. But even for that, it actually never burst its banks. It only went to like same level as our house. But the largest I remember is during they call that La Nina phase. I think it's 1999, January. I remember it because we were just trying to about to clean up the house, going back to work, and then there was a big flood lah. 1999, yeah, that's a big one. So you can see that it only happens like every 10 years that you can have this big flood.
Setiap kali banjir kan, datang sudah itu ketakutan dan fear, anxious di dalam pikiran saya. Dulu 10 tahun saya telah menjaga suami saya yang ada penyakit stroke, yang tidak dapat berdiri dan on wheelchair for 10 years. Dan musim itu, bila banjir, disitulah anxious betul hati saya. Very fearful. Apa saja yang masuk di dalam pikiran saya. Sebab begitu takut saya. Ada apa-apa sama pesakit stroke yang saya jaga. Dan satu daripada dia, bila banjir itu datang, apa yang masuk di dalam pikiran saya, macam mana saya mengangkat dia. Kalaulah saya sendiri mengangkat dia naik atas rumah. Karena saya tahu saya sendiri pun berumur dan tidak ada kekuatan.
Usually when there's a flood, what goes through my mind is we need to be quick lah. Have to carry all the stuff. And because like my house has a lot of heavy things, we go one step further lah, I would say. We have to carry the scaffoldings and all, put inside the house, then put our couch on top, then my dad's heavy machinery also. So we have to be quick lah, because the water rises very fast.
My worst encounter so far was in 2021. Where we had our center here was flooded 7 times in a year. So I think that was the worst. And then the flood becomes a little bit more severe every time it happens lah.
Flood usually happens around the night time, like 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Then the water rises until like 3 a.m. So we have to, there's no rest lah for us.
Definitely will take us a lot of time to clean up, a lot of disruption. Will take us at least a week to clean up the whole area. As a small business owner, this sort of disruption is really really destructive lah, because I spend a lot of money on the repairs and also the loss of income for me not able to do work at least for 1 or 2 weeks.
My dad actually bought like an inflatable raft for our family. It's bad here to the point like we need a raft because the water, like if I stand there, the water rises up to here. I remember one point where we had to throw away a lot of our stuff lah, because got some of the wood stuff in our house got waterlogged, or maybe some of our stuff got destroyed by the flood. So it's pretty rough lah.
Satu yang daripada apa yang saya lakukan selalunya adalah saya tidak mau membeli barang-barang yang banyak. Karena tidak guna juga, sebab rumah itu sentiasa kena banjir. So itu saya kurangkan minimum minimal betul-betul itu barang, terutamanya yang barang-barang perhiasan rumah itu memang tidak ada.
I'm Dr. Felix Tongkul. I'm honorary professor at the Faculty of Science and Natural Resources at University Malaysia Sabah. There has been a drastic change in land use in Penampang over the years. It all started, I think, about 40 years ago. I remember during the 1960s, Penampang area actually is not well developed physically. Most of the areas, especially the water catchment area, the mountain area, still covered with forest. And the low-lying areas, such as, most of it is used for paddy fields, and a lot of natural swampy areas are still existent. So during rainy season, heavy rain, most of the water will be absorbed by these vegetated areas. So in catchment area, hilly areas, water would be absorbed by the root of the trees, and in low-lying areas, most of this water will be absorbed by either the paddy fields. They keep it in the paddy fields or in the swampy areas. So it does flood, but it's not as serious as now. And I think it's because most of the water from the rainfall was taken up by this vegetation area. Yeah, basically that's all. There's definitely some correlation between land use and of course flooding, frequent flooding. After the construction of the Babagon Dam, I can really see that there was a difference, because out of nowhere, we know that it's not going to flood, but sometimes it get flooded, and also physically the river have changed. When I was small boy, this whole area is white sands, all white sand, because and then the river is quite strong flow. But after the Babagon Dam was constructed, I think they completed in 1997, if I'm not mistaken. So gradually the river starts to be, I think the flow is slower, and then it starts to deposit more, sediments. Recently, the most significant activity that has actually drastically changed the landscape of Penampang in a very short time is the construction of the Pan Borneo Highway. Pan Borneo Highway, as you know, passes through a lot of paddy fields, which used to be a water retention pond area. And so this has actually made the flood worse. And of course, a lot of new housing coming up. Remember that Penampang is just beside Kota Kinabalu, so there's a lot of development happening, and so a lot of areas are being filled up for housing.
My mother always taught us to always respect the nature, and we always observe what nature is doing and what is happening. So as we observe these changes, we also try to change our lifestyle and how we can adapt to that. For example, like my workshop, I mean it used to be just a lot of it. My equipment is all on flat on the ground. So after the last big flood, we know that hopefully the river will not go up that high anymore. So a lot of the equipment actually is already on stilts, just like our house in the old days, right? So we had to adapt to that because we cannot do anything. I know that with climate change, the things is going to get worse. It's not going to be less. So we had to learn how to change how we design our buildings, how we install our machines, and go on with life lah.
Flooding, as I said, is a natural phenomena. So once you have heavy rainfall and it goes into the river, and if the river is not, deep enough, it overflows, and then it goes into the side of it, and then it will be, flooding people. So in a natural situation, this should not happen because, as I said before, the landscape change, most of this flood water will be absorbed by the field, swamp, the area, and the forest will absorb all this excess rainfall. But because we have changed the landscape so much during a short period of time, 40 years is not a long time to change the landscape. So the river has not been able to adjust itself to its natural state, because everything, whatever we do, has an impact, short and long term.
I'm a lot more picky when it comes to looking at, when I am able to buy my own property, I'll be more picky lah. If it's an area where it's frequent to flood, then I probably won't lah. Or like I just choose a place where it won't flood in general lah.
Penampang is my birthplace. I should not. I don't have any intention to move out. The only way I can do one of the choice that I make is like, can I build or move my operation somewhere safer, maybe in Bog or somewhere a little bit higher. Penampang has always been a floodplain. We understand that, right? So we have to move a little bit there, but also try to see how we can plan for next future. Like, should I, when I want to move to a new place, do I need to reclaim as high as possible, like everybody does, and creating new problem? So these are something that people make their choice based on their experience. So I don't blame them for reclaiming the when they build the house to be so high, because they were so traumatized with the effect of floods. So I think it's going to be very influencing on where do you want to be and how you're going to build in the future.
With all this catastrophe, no one can avoid. So that is why the only thing that we need to do is to prepare both physically and spiritually, because beginilah keadaan kita hidup di dunia ini, dan lebih-lebih lagi kita hidup di tanah yang rendah ini.